I feel like performing artists, for me, is like it's the closest thing you can get to being a superhero.
Ooh.
And as a kid, I wanted to be like I guess when we were in preschool, they asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up, and like all the kids like were writing firefighter and doctor and whatever. On mine, it goes, I want to be a Batman. Like that was a real
Batman.
Yeah, a Batman. Like that was a real occupation, and I feel like being a performing artist is the closest thing to like being able to like be like Batman. You do get to go out there and to get up and like. It damn near feel like you flying when you're on that stage, and you can see, like when you look into like I look in everybody's eyes when I perform. You can see like like I'm touching people.
Yeah, man.
Like in a way that most people aren't touching them.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like Spider-Man.
It's irreplaceable. Dude.
It's irreplaceable. Yeah.
It can't be that bad. Oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I know that you're a fan of samples and whatnot because you have such an interesting texture to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Because you pull from unexpected places to create this unique sound. Because I know that you have a love for theater and you have a love for something like almost the opposite end of that spectrum, which is like Kanye. And then there's just like other elements of hip hop, jazz, gospel. You say your grandma was an opera singer?
Yeah, my grandma was an opera singer. Yeah.
So there's so many different elements that create you.
Yeah.
Which one of those things where, like, which hat do you think you wear the most when creating music now?
I think the hat I wear the most now is a writer and storyteller. Like currently right now. I think like for the past like 2 years it was like rapper. Like I was like trying to prove that I could rap with everybody. But now I think the focus is just like being a storyteller and being a really interesting and exciting like writer and melody crafter.
Yeah. I believe that, dude. I think it's been such a pleasure to dig through your discography, might I say, man. Because like storytelling, like that mixed with how sonically pleasing every single track that you got, those mixed together, it's beautiful. I think that you truly are, and I'm saying this at the beginning of the podcast just for my listeners out there that don't know who you are. If you don't know who Michael Sneed is, just open up your phone, look him up, and then like thank me later. But I think you're truly one of the best to be coming out the Bay right now. Not even just the Bay, but to be just coming up right now.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Because I think you're doing something different rather than just like making slaps. You're making stories. Like they're so emotionally charged.
Yeah.
Where does it stem from? Like, cause it's every single track where like I'm feeling something, and that's so rare.
I think I have a very gospel heavy background. And gospel music is all about like taking you through these ups and downs and bringing you back to like the highest point and making you feel like everything's going to be okay and everything's going to be all right through the grace and mercy of God. I don't think my calling is necessarily like delivering that specific message to people, but I do think my calling is getting people through like the tough days. So I think that's why a lot of my music is so just like emotionally charged and like so kind of dramatic and thematic.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Because music is what I love about music is the buildup of tension just for us waiting for that release, the root in the chord, right?
Yes.
And you do that so well with just and it's so poetic every single time, like in just layer building or just like the repetition of the hook. And then like the dropping of like the percussion and it's just voice, very gospel like, right? Just for us. And you give us that sweet, sweet release, bro, of just like, oh, and here we are at the resolution of every single track, man.
Yeah. Very perfectly described.
Dude, I mean, shout out to you. I've been putting you on my homies for like a cool minute. And like they're the ones that have to tell me like, yo, Sneed just dropped something new.
That's
and I'm
fire.
like, damn, you're the one telling me that and I'm the one that introduced you to him?
Yeah, that's fire.
It's cool, dude. Like it's let's go back to the very beginning. I know that you started off as a rapper. When did theater come into play, and like what was the first musical you fell in love with to like be like I want to create something that
like that?
Yes.
So I actually would argue that I was into theater before I was into rap. Or I was into theater before I was into being a rapper. I was into rap before I was into musical theater for sure. But like many of us, I'm a Disney kid, and that was probably my first introduction to musicals. It was either that or Annie was like my first introduction to musicals, and I'm pretty sure it was Disney because, we had every Disney VHS. I have a sister that's like 6 years older than me.
You have those white cases.
We have the white cases. We have the white, the white ones. Like, so we had literally. My grandma made sure my sister had every Disney movie, imaginable. So we had everything from Bambi to like the stuff that was coming out in the 2000s, like Tarzan and Nemo. Well, I guess that's Pixar, but still like Finding Nemo and all that stuff. So we had everything. So and the thing that always captured me the most to those movies was, I don't know if you remember, they used to do like Disney Surfs Up on Disney Channel, and they would go like behind the scenes and talk to like the musicians creating the music. And I remember like my first memory of like being like, wow, that's like crazy, I want to do that, was like seeing Phil Collins on Disney Surf Up. I was probably like 3 years old.
Damn. Watching
Phil Collins make Two Worlds and You'll Be in My Heart and stuff on Disney Surf Up. So I'm like, that's crazy. I want to do that. And then like watching Lion King and like just memorizing like Just Can't Wait to Be a King like as a kid. Like I think that is like what kind of like introduced me to like musical theater, seeing these animated films that used music to tell these narratives. And then when I was, I came up to the church through a Baptist church. And we used to tell every Easter we used to tell like the story of like the resurrection of Christ. And I remember one year I got tasked the duty of like writing one of the plays.
What? Wait, how old were you at this point?
I was probably in middle school.
And you had to write this?
Yeah, I had to write a whole play.
This big part of like Jesus's story arc?
It wasn't that. So one of the adults wrote that, but what I was tasked to write was like a play about like kids my age coming to find Jesus or whatever. And it wasn't good. It was really, really bad. But like that was my like introduction to like, oh, you could like write plays. And then like the first time I like actually saw a real musical like in person, was like, oh, I want to do that. And it was right around the time Dark Fantasy came out by Kanye. And like that album is like super, super like theatrical and like it's the same. He samples in one of the leaks. He samples one of the songs from this musical. He samples Popular from Wicked. That was the first musical I seen like live, and my mom took me, and I probably didn't even want to go for real, to be honest.
Wow.
Oh no, that's cap. I definitely wanted to go because I kept seeing the ad on KT VU or UV, whatever. and like my mom took me, my sister, and my dad the first time, and I was probably like 13 or 12 when she took us. We were in middle school, and I was blown away. And I was like, and my sister was like, whatever. I was like, Mom, I want to go back. So then she took me and my cousin Joseph, and we saw the musical. And from that, he started actually like doing like theater. And then she took me another time with my friend to watch it. And every time I was just like blown away. Like,
Look at that, dude.
It was like the greatest thing in the world.
That's like serendipity, right? Something that you just kind of stumbled upon or even reluctantly came across.
Yeah.
And then now it's a big part of who you are. And I'm sure there's so much sentimental value. Because I saw that you were posting that you watched Wicked back to back.
I went to watch it. Yeah, I went to watch it. I watched. I mean, I was capping a little bit. I made it seem like I watched it like 15 times. I really went to go see it like 3 times.
That's still a good amount because it's like what, 3 hours?
Almost. It's 3 hours long. That's a lot. And to see any movie 3 times in theaters is crazy. But like that movie was just, it was. And that movie made. I wanted to. When I was in high school and in college, I was talking about wanting to be the person to make that movie.
Yeah.
So I was kind of envious, and I was hating on it. I was hating on the movie before it came out because I wasn't that guy. But when I saw it, I was just like, man, it was even better than the stage play. The experience.
But that's so cool, right? That you had that mindset of wanting to have been the person that made that musical.
Yeah, movie. I wanted to make the
movie. But look at like, do you ever take a step back from like what you've created thus far and just been like, damn, like I actually have done a lot, and not only have I done a lot, but the quality of which those things are, those projects are, matches as well.
You think it matches Wicked?
No, I'm not saying Wicked, dude.
I was about to be like, I don't know about that one.
Matches, like, you know how someone's output in terms of quantity could dilute the quality of that thing, right?
Yeah.
But you have a good amount of projects out there in your discography, and like I said before, it is so dope that every single track, one after the other, is upholding that level of quality. I'm feeling like a storytelling. I mean, especially with Junior Varsity Blues.
Thank you.
From 2023, dude. Like, you can tell already that you are influenced by the storytelling. With the usage of skits, and on top of that, it also sounds really good. Like, it blows my mind that you're able to not only explore your voice as a singer, but also as like a dope ass rapper.
Yeah, thank you.
Where did that, I mean, when you first started, were your raps were they more monotone? And was it later on that you kind of discovered, I could go this high, or I could kind of go this low? You started off high?
I started off so I like, bro, my first rap is so bad. So it's a song called Pad and Pen. It's probably like the very first song I recorded, maybe the second song I recorded. And I'm just like shrieking. And it's because I think the reason why I like go that high is because I was like, my sister loved Eminem as a kid. So like, I'm just hearing that all the time and thinking like, that's just how you're supposed to sound as a rapper.
Holy shit.
So like, I've always been rapping at a very, very high pitch. And I just I mean, my voice is like, I have a low voice, or not a low voice, but I don't have much, low end to my voice, like a lot of bass to my voice. So it does benefit me to use a higher register. But I just am starting to figure out like, oh man, like I can use like a very like lower register tone and still get that same effect than like going high. But yeah, it always started off high because of Eminem.
Wow, dude.
Eminem, I would say probably Andre 3000 too.
That makes sense. Yeah, I could see that. You're such a rare Pokemon, man. Like, it's so interesting. Like, even the way that you speak, like, it's cool because you're such an artist and you are creating art. You're not doing it just for the hell of it. You're not just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. Everything is intentional. When was it during your journey that you've discovered like, oh shit, I could really just play around with my voice?
I think on my first project I did it a little bit. Of like the playing around with my voice and bending it in like weird ways. But I didn't necessarily know what I was doing. And then on Junior Varsity Blues, I tried to dial it back a lot, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it was because like I was like very influenced by my friends. And I noticed like all my friends, and like Earl had just, maybe not just dropped, but like, actually no, Feet of Clay had just dropped. So like, Earl's super like monotone. And, like Mike's dropping music, and like all my friends are like making lo-fi, you know what I'm saying? Cass is making lo-fi music using one register tone. Ye, Damaje is kind of in like one register tone at the time. I mean, and so I'm like heavily influenced by them, so I tried to pull it back some. But then during like the Pilo sessions for the Stunner album, they were like really just like, bro, you gotta like let loose. Wow.
So because I know that you were brought into the Pilo sessions because you knew Pilo's brother from Youth Radio,
that's
right?
my mentor.
And that's kind of cool that you were given that opportunity to just get rid of a filter, because you would think when an artist as big as Pilo like brings you in that you would have a filter on at first, right?
But they were like, they were just like, man, we want. It was Calais really the main person. They were just like, Calais was just like, bro, what we want from you is your voice.
Wow, like
your voice is insane. Nobody can do what you can do with your voice. Like you could be like James Brown, you could be like Michael Jackson, you could be like all these people. And it's like, or like I'm able to like imitate all these people with my voice. And they're like, bro, just go in the booth and like just let loose.
Wow.
So like since then, I feel like that is when I really started like unlocking like the many layers.
So it started there.
Yeah. So you don't even really, I'm not gonna lie, you don't even like you. I think you hear it a little bit on this next project. I don't feel like you really hear it on University Blues. I feel like this next project you hear it a little bit of like what I'm able to do with my voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when's the next project gonna drop?
Sometime this year.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest.
Take your time with it,
Yeah.
man. Were you nervous when you were going into those Pilo sessions, by the way?
Nah, I wasn't. I think so with P, I met P before those sessions. I met P at 25th Studios in downtown Oakland, and he was just making beats. I think he was making beats for somebody, but I don't remember who it was specifically, but he was just making beats. And I met him. He was like, yo, P, this is Michael Sneed. I'm like, what up? He just gives me a little dab. He's like, what up, man? Doesn't really like, say too much. And he goes back to making beats. And then after that, I was like putting out these freestyles on Twitter, and it was going up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was damn near going a little crazy.
Wow.
So like P would start hitting me on Twitter, like, yo, man, I'm loving this, yada, yada, yada. And I remember one time I tweeted, I feel like I'm the best songwriter. I said, I feel like I'm the best songwriter in the Bay. And he quoted it and said, I agree. And then he got my number and just started sending me stuff. And I was sending him stuff back. And then we did maybe like two, before the Pilo, like the sessions, we did maybe like 2 or 3 like sessions of just like me, him, and Kuya. So like, it never really felt like a thing of like, oh, I'm just coming in and this is hella random. It kind of felt really organic. And like even before like we started the sessions, like me's Overcast, Namaji, like we had been to P's house and like kicked it with them and him giving us advice and stuff. So it's like I feel like he was very intentional about like getting to know us, especially like specifically like me, before he brought like me in and making sure like he was comfortable with me and I was comfortable with him. So it wasn't really like a nervous thing.
I respect that, the kind of getting to know a person as like as a human, as a friend, and then working with them, building up that foundation. Yeah, builds that trust when you're creating some art together. And like, look at that, like you guys have created some dope stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we make some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like and that's where someone could quickly see your versatility, because you could make something as sentimental as like My Home. Yeah. Right?
Maybe we could read a book, maybe we could sing out loud and say welcome to my home.
And then also just really go off on the hook for Roof.
For the Roof, yeah.
Take the roof of this bitch.
Yeah, dude, like that is crazy. Like, what a crazy thing to listen to, because I think I saved those 2 tracks last year, like kind of back to back, to just like bring it back up to my Spotify library. So to hear it,
it's like 2 different people.
It's nuts, dude.
It's like 2 completely different people.
What, in terms of like making sentimental tracks, like very emotionally driven tracks, and making a fucking banger like The Roof. Yeah. What kind of brings more of that dopamine rush to you as an artist?
I don't know if it's a dopamine rush. I think dopamine rush is like the slaps. But like what's like more fulfilling is like the sentimental song. Like writing, to me, there is nothing that feels better than like writing a really, really good song or making something feel as like gospel and big as possible. Yeah. Those are the best things for me, like personally.
Oh, I'm sure the way you must feel after everything is kind of put into place and hitting that space bar to hear the playback.
It just feels so good.
Yeah, what's that feeling like? How do you know when something's good for you?
When I was, a little younger, when I was in my early 20s, it was a lot easier to be like, this is good. Yeah. Now I don't know what's good or not. Like, to be honest with you, I have no clue what is good.
What happened? What do you think it is?
I think when you're younger, you have a lot of ego and you have a lot of just like false. I don't want to say false. You have a lot of hubris. Yeah. So it's just very easy, and it's very easy to just make something and be like, this is the best thing ever because I made it, when you're like in your early 20s. But now that I'm in my late 20s, it's like man, I make stuff and I'm just like, I know there's so much more out there in the world, and I know there's so much like better music being made like every day, and not even music being made today, like even like music of the past. Like I just know about so much more music now. So it's like, bro, does this like like weigh in comparison to like this? It's like, I don't know.
Wow.
And it's like I won't know until
you
people
put
hear
that
it.
shit
Yeah,
out, and
like
you get
cool.
that.
Because who am I to say if it's good or not?
Yeah, that is kind of hard because music and art is so subjective, especially like your own when you've heard it 1,000 times before you put it out.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you show it to first to kind of get that first test of like, is this dope?
I have a group chat that has my cousin in it and 2 of my friends, and I send them everything first.
And they're just like the harshest critics that you know. Well, they'll tell you right off the bat, like
my cousin is the harshest. Yeah, he's the harshest critic. So I send it to them, then I send it to management. But I don't really send it to them to be like critical or anything. I just send it to them to be like, this is what I'm making, and they'll say, oh, I like this, or I don't like it, or this is cleaner than that. But yeah, I send it like my cousin KJ. He'll let me know if it's trash or not. Like he'll give me like the brutal, honest opinion. And then my friend Nick, I'll go to his crib and press play on stuff, and he'll be like, "Oh, this is cool," or he'll be like, "This is not cool," or "This is amazing."
How do you take criticism?
I would much rather people tell me like something's bad than tell me it's good.
At first, was it tougher? Like, let's say in your early 20s or late teens?
I think I was always like that. I would much rather have somebody be like, "This is not good."
Dude, that's healthy. That's so healthy, man.
I would much rather, because it's like, if you tell me something's not good, then I can ask you why.
Yeah.
And then once you tell me why, I can be like, okay, that's valid, or no, I can say that's invalid, and that's just a difference of like taste. Or I can be like, that's valid, and I can go back and fix it and make it better. Or I can be like, well, there's no fixing this. I just need to make something else.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather somebody tell me it's bad than good.
That's really healthy. I mean, and it's refreshing to hear, because in this industry where like artists have to kind of get that jump start with some delusion or some ego or some like cockiness you gotta feel like the champ before you become the champ type thing.
Yeah.
Some people kind of get lost in the sauce sometimes, and they're really trying to like promote this thing that's not dope, but that is so cool that you're open to criticism and to like really making this thing better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For me, it's like I used as a kid, I used to like watch like Michael Jordan interviews and Kobe Bryant interviews and Kanye interviews all the time, specifically those 3. And like they all talked about like, or people talking about those 3, and like you will always hear like a common thing of like they were coachable, they were always open to feedback, and just like wanted to be the best that they can possibly be, or make the best product they possibly can make. So that's like always kind of been my policy. I love playing my music for people and getting people's opinions. I love having people help me with my music. And I love like just like the honest truths. Sometimes from certain people, like I'll get feedback from them and it'll irritate me. But the irritation is just like our relationship. And I will still, even with the irritation, like I'll tell them like, man, you tripping. But I'll always go back and make change.
It'll stay in the back of your mind. You're just like, oh man, maybe he was actually right.
No, I'll literally always go back and make the change.
Damn, dude. When you were first making music as a kid, were you able to take that feedback? Like when you were first rapping?
No, probably not. When I think like when I was like 15, no. Like I was told at a very young age, I was told by KRS-One that I was amazing and I was gonna be like great and yada yada yada. So like at like 15, 16 years old, 17, even 18 years old, like you couldn't tell me I wasn't the best.
Damn, dude.
Like you couldn't tell me that anything I wrote wasn't the like best thing on the planet.
Did you get a reality check eventually where you kind of had to like dumb down the
ego?
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily. Actually, one person gave me a reality check, but I don't. It was so early on. I don't know if this is what it was, but I do remember this, so maybe it was. It was it's this girl named Maua, and I was talking about another artist, and you know I'm not a mean person, but like So like, take it for a grain of salt. But I guess I was at the time probably talking down on the artist, as mean as I can possibly get.
Yeah.
In that moment. And my was just like, you're acting like everything you write is the greatest thing in the world. You act like you're the greatest rapper in the world. You really need to cut that out, or something like that along those lines. And I was like, oh, my bad. So maybe that was a reality check moment, but I think I kind of naturally just grew out of it, especially around the time I was like making Days We Lost. I was probably like 20, 21 making Days We Lost. And I think I just was seeing everything that was happening around in the Bay and just being like, I got to step it up. I think.
Because what year was that, Days We Lost?
Days We Lost was 2019.
Okay, so that's really early on, and that's even pre-COVID, dude.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID.
Wow.
But I was making it we started making it in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, that's good that you got. I guess that's really good that you kind of got like your ego checked like early on, because from then on you were able to like navigate with like new clarity, right?
Yeah.
And then like look at what you've created, dude. Days We Lost is incredible, and it's dope to see that like what you perform live is just as good, if not better.
Thank you.
Because you did like your last track on Days We Lost is My Home too, right? You do a live Christmas special session.
Yeah.
And it's fucking incredible. And, it's obvious that you tie in nostalgia with a lot of shit. You tie in the fucking hook from High School Musical.
Yeah.
But you slow it down, and like with the aesthetics and just kind of letting it breathe, and like with just the voice that you got, emotional, dude.
Thank
it's
you.
so good, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it's incredible that you could make something so personal. Like a lot of your tracks are very personal, yet you also make tracks that kind of that touch on like problems of the world. Like the city touches on like gentrification. Yeah, but you could talk about loss and grieving, and then you could also say like, let's blow the roof out this bitch. Dude, it's so funny.
That's just about to go. You talk about family and love and deep things like gentrification, and then
blowing the roof off of this bitch. Talk on that. Yeah, dude, it's so cool that you could do it live as well.
Yeah.
Well, how does live performance feel for you?
So besides writing, like my favorite parts of music are writing and performing. I actually, even though I do produce, I don't love producing.
Yeah.
Like I like producing, but like it doesn't fulfill me. Recording can be irritating sometimes. But like, I said recording, right? I didn't say performing. Recording can be irritating sometimes. Writing is very therapeutic.
Wow.
And feels like, it just makes me like, yes.
I can tell by the way you're talking about it.
When I write something good, it's just like, man, I'm so proud of myself. But like performing, that's like my favorite thing to do. And I think if the performing aspect didn't exist in music, I don't know if I would have chose this as like something that I wanted to do in my life, to be honest with you. I think that was like what drew me to this at first, because like I feel like performing artists for me is like, it's the closest thing you can get to being a superhero. Ooh. And as a kid, I wanted to be like, I have like a thing, or I guess when we were in preschool, they asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up, and like all the kids like were writing firefighter and doctor and whatever. On mine, it goes, I want to be a Batman. Like that was a real
Batman.
Yeah, a Batman. Like, that was a real occupation, and I feel like being a performing artist is the closest thing to like being able to like be like Batman.
Dude, in a way, it's really, you're saving a lot of people.
Not even only, well, I don't know if you're saving a lot of people, but you do get to go out there and to get up, and like it damn near feel like you flying when you're on that stage, and you can see, like when you look into, like I look in everybody's eyes when I perform, you can see like like I'm touching people.
Yeah, man. Like
in a way that most people aren't touching them.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like Spider-Man.
It's irreplaceable. Dude.
It's irreplaceable, yeah.
I mean, because I have a background in performance, because I sing as well.
Yeah.
So now that I don't do it as much, I live cathartically or vicariously through individuals like you and Tyler.
Yeah.
And seeing the effect. I think one of my favorite things now is not only looking at the artist as they're performing, but looking at the people looking at the artist.
Yeah.
because it's kind of all like seeing it through your lens.
Yeah.
You know, you see them catch your attention. I'm sure like right when a crowd hears your voice and they hear how unique your voice is, they're locked in. That head turn is something that is
It's either like, what the hell is this? Or it's like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's never in the middle. It's always like, bro, what is this? This is annoying at first.
Whoa.
Or they're like, whoa, what is this? And by the end of it, it's always, wow, I'm in love with this.
Yeah.
But like, it's never like, just like, whatever. It's always like, I either hate this and I'm about to let him know with my eyes that I hate this, or I am very intrigued and I'm about to let him know with my eyes and my face that I'm very intrigued.
Wow. Performance is so complex and complicated because there's like a power dynamic that we have, right?
Yeah.
There's so many, and I've thought about this a bunch of times and I want to hear your take because I know I'm fully aware that I liked performing and going on stage because my ego liked people looking at me and getting those head turns and people saying like, wow, he's good. But I also am, now that I'm older, I'm self-aware that like I love doing it for me. Yeah. Where's that balance for you? Or like how much of this when you're performing is for Michael Sneed and how much is for
the ego?
The external validation?
I think, I'm not going to lie to you, I think the performance aspect is like completely ego. I think it's completely. I feel like every other aspect of music is like, oh, this is for like me as a person and yada, yada, yada. I think, actually, I'm not going to say it's the performance aspect. I think is like 60% my ego and 40% I do actually want to like help people. Like I want people to know like, hey man, you are not alone.
Wow.
You are not alone in this. I'm up here letting you know that everybody in this room has either felt a way that you or felt the way you feel right now, or they're feeling the way you feel right now at this very moment. You are not alone. Like 40% of it is that, but 60% of it is I like getting off stage and people are like, you are incredible.
Dude, any performer that says that they don't like the external validation when they get off stage is a liar. You're lying. There's a fraction that we like, and it comes with it. We get into these creative things because we are trying to fill some void that only performance can fill, right?
Yeah. I feel like this is just a thought that I just had, and it's crazy because I hate social media, but I feel like performing is like the first version of social media. It's like you post on social media for people to like.
Yes.
Like that's why you do it.
Yep.
If you didn't, you wouldn't post on social media, or you would have your page like completely private and have no followers. You post on social media for people to like. You go on stage to perform so that people feel something.
Yeah.
It may not be to necessarily be liked, but you're going on that stage to make people feel something about you or what you think.
Yeah, man. Like the only people that won't do it for the external validation are like those DJs with masks on, like Marshmello and like Modest Mouse.
But even then they're on stage. Like I'm on stage and I'm letting you know that I have the best music taste.
Yeah.
Like, and you're gonna let me know that I have the best music taste by your reaction, and I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. I love that you're self-aware about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that, we look at, because there's so many examples of artists that like go crazy over ego that we look at it like it's such a negative thing. But I think that we do need like our egos, kind of like pampered a little bit every once in a while. Like even when like you're in a relationship with somebody, you want them to tell you that you look good, that they like how you think, that they like how you dress. Like you want those things, those words of affirmation, and that's for your ego. It's to make you. It's you like someone telling you that they like you makes you feel good about yourself, and it releases a dopamine. And I think that's kind of necessary for like human existence and the human experience. You just can't make that the only thing that like makes you feel good. But like I think that we all need, ego boost every once in a while.
You're right. I mean, like part of human existence and just us as a species, because we are a species that was meant to thrive as a community, as a society, right?
Yeah.
We're not loner
No.
cockroaches or anything like that.
No.
We thrive on being positively reinforced that what we're doing is good, so that we can continue to do that because it's a good thing. It's why it's it's the same thing as like, why do we get a dopamine rush when we have sex? It's because we have to reproduce. It's survival of the fittest. I don't know if that analogy fits. I'm trying to be smarter than I am.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. But
like,
yeah. Do you have something to add to that?
No, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, dude, it's cool to know that you're down for it all. Like it's some people don't want to admit, and I think it's so interesting, like just the power dynamic that we do have when we're on stage.
Yeah.
But it is cool to know that like you get that catharsis for yourself on your own when you're writing.
Yeah.
That is truly yours. Wait, let's back up a little bit. Why is recording annoying for you?
It's not annoying all the time. Mm-hmm. It's just annoying sometimes because like just things there's nothing more frustrating than having something in your head and then you put it down and it doesn't sound the way it sounds in your sounds in your head. I feel the same way about videos too, like with music videos or like just film in general. I can have a vision in my head, and if it doesn't come out how I have it in my head, I'll get so frustrated and irritated. And I don't necessarily have that experience with writing and performing.
That's interesting.
Like when I write, like when I write, it's never like no, that's lie. Oftentimes it's never like, or oftentimes it's not like I just have this thing in my head and I'm about to. It's like, how do I feel today?
Yeah.
Or what do I want to talk about? Or what's bothering me, you know? And then I kind of just let the pen lead me to where I need to be, and then I go and edit. And with performing, I'm just...
Everything's already set in stone, right? You just have to like kind of, here's what I made, let me give it to you.
Yeah.
But like creating it from scratch, I like that. I like your process. I was going to ask you that, like, how do you write? Does it come from like an emotion? And I like that you write from like, how am I feeling today? What do I want to talk about today? Yeah. Because I feel like there's a lot of artists now that start off their writing process with like, what do people want to hear today? And that is not as personal.
It's not personal. I used to get stuck. I used to get stuck in that. And I almost got stuck. I'm not gonna lie. I almost got stuck in doing that. After like working with P. But I had to like remind myself, like, no, like my writing is what I'm what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
What is bothering me? What is bothering my community? What's making me happy? What's making my community happy? What story do I want to tell? Who do I want to tell? You know, who do I want to tell the story about? Who do I want to tell the story to? But it's all centered around me and my people. And I have to remember, like, if I allow anything else to kind of like interfere with that or like make its like way into that process, it'll tamper my writing. And like you can hear when I'm like trying to write, like because I'm like, oh, what do people like? You can hear it in the writing. It's never good.
And you never put it out, huh?
I've probably put out a couple.
Really?
I probably put out a couple.
So there's some tracks out there that you're not proud of.
Yeah, for sure.
That exist.
Yeah, for sure.
What tracks are they?
I'm not gonna say.
That's good. Actually, that's smart. I hate myself for asking the question. I think I wanted to know for myself, but I think
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. Just because other people are involved in them songs, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, no, that's very smart. Yeah, it's good that you start from like yourself. I think that's why your music feels so cathartic, dude. Like I feel like I just cried, even though I didn't actually cry. I feel like I just had a good cry.
I ain't gonna lie, I get that a lot
after your music.
When people that talk about my music, they or especially when I perform my music, I get that a lot of like people like, man, they like feel like I was like crying just now, or I did just cry just now. Like I get that a lot.
Yeah, you're giving that post cry clarity, dude.
Yeah,
it feels good. I feel like a better person. I think after like listening to Junior Varsity Blues is like what a journey. And like I know that comes from, that's an analogy for how you've felt in the space before.
Yes.
Because I mean, for those out there that haven't listened to it, first of all, listen to it, you dumb fucks. It starts off, or like there's like a skit where the coach is saying there's only 13 spots available.
Yeah.
There's 14 of y'all.
One of y'all gotta go.
Sneed, do you want to go?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. But at the end, there's like a through point, and it says like that you're come back here 7:30 tomorrow for practice. You made the team.
Yeah.
How? In what ways have you felt that way where you weren't on the team or felt?
Man, when I was first, like, especially like being in the Bay Area, because I was gone for so long. I lived in DC for like 4 or 5 years. It felt like I think the only person that kind of like that was older than me at least, that was kind of like this guy's kind of cool, was Rihanna at the time. Like nobody, it felt like nobody was like embracing me in the Bay Area when I was working on when I was working on Daisy Lost and putting out Daisy Lost. It took like 3 years. It took like P. Like P was the first person that was older than me, besides like Rihanna. And even Rihanna, like I was able to open for Rihanna, and I'm very, very grateful. Rihanna J. And like she definitely gave me advice and stuff, but it wasn't a super like public like he's cool. You know what I'm saying? P was the first person to be like, I believe in that guy. Y'all should like I'm championing this. I'm championing this kid.
Yeah.
And like all me, Demaje and Overcast, like we weren't really getting like There's a Love like that. Which I'm not saying like There's a Love is like the biggest thing in the world or anything like that. But it's just like it didn't seem like the elder statesmen of our community, are like where are we from, really like championed us at the moment. A lot of that was probably us feeling like we deserved things that we didn't at the moment. And that's very fair, but it's how we felt. Yeah. I'm going to speak for all three of us at the time. We all felt like where we were from didn't champion us the way we felt like we deserved to be championed. And then a couple years later, maybe not even a couple years later, like maybe like a year and a half later, we started getting, the love from our community. And it felt really good. Yeah.
And you deserve it too.
Thank you.
I think people should bandwagon less. I think people should support those that they believe in earlier on, rather than just like, oh shit, this person has X amount of followers, X amount of listeners on Spotify. Yeah. I guess that's a big enough endorsement for me to listen to them. I've used this analogy before, but I feel like finding an artist before they are endorsed by a bigger artist or have popped off, finding that underground, underrated artist is like investing in Bitcoin early, Yeah. It's a big deal. And like anyone that has looked past you, even after like Hula Hoop, they made a mistake if they didn't keep on listening to your music, or if they thought you weren't big enough to.
That's crazy that you know that song. My bad.
Oh, dude, no. I'm saying, man, pleasure going through your discography.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the songs that
that's one of the. It's the earliest one that's like, available on Spotify.
It's like damn near like the first song I probably put out on streaming. Yeah,
and it's like the only one that has a cover where it's actually you, like as opposed to like an illustrated version of you.
Yeah, you could tell. Like I feel like with that song, you could just tell I didn't know what I was doing. Like completely the song. Everything about that song, you could just tell I didn't.
But sometimes I think those are the moments where you have to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, I feel like, my bad, we were talking about something else, but I feel like Hula Hoop, like you listen to Hula Hoop and then you listen to Hopscotch and it's like, okay, this is what this is supposed to be.
This is the evolved version of that.
Yeah, and I'm probably made Hopscotch. It's crazy. Sorry, it's a tangent. I made Hopscotch probably like a few months after I made Hula Hoop, and I made Hopscotch the day I found out my grandma had cancer. And it's you. So sorry, it's okay.
No.
But you don't hear that emotion in Hopscotch. You really don't like the sadness. But like it was me and my friend Bear. It was the day I found out. He had me come to his crib. He was staying in Hayward at the time, and we were just in his garage and we were just jamming, and we made that song. And it was a moment where I just needed to have like fun and forget about everything that was going on in the world. And that's like where we made like Hopscotch.
Wow.
And it's like that. Is you can listen to Hopscotch and be like, okay, you may not like the song, but it is somebody being creatively free.
Yes.
The beat don't make sense. What I'm doing, my voice don't make sense. The raps are very playful, but it's somebody having fun and being free. Whereas when I listen to Hula Hoop, it's like I don't know what I was trying to do, but I was trying to do something and I was trying to be somebody else.
Yeah. But then without Hula Hoop, Hopscotch wouldn't even
exist,
dude. And that's what I think the point is of those tracks that artists aren't proud of and to leave them on there because they're timestamps of your journey and like how people can actually see the growth. You know, I think that's one of my favorite parts about having an artist on this platform and like going into their discography is just like seeing how they started off and where they are now.
Yeah.
Sometimes like the journey isn't too big. Sometimes it's very like minuscule, but it's a journey nonetheless. And it's just cool to be like, oh shit, I see what he did with this new project. Like 2023 version of Sneed is way different than 2019 version of Sneed, right? And like that's cool. That's so dope. And there's a post that you know, when we were supposed to do this podcast maybe like a few months ago, I was doing some research and I was going through your IG and one of your earliest posts is I believe it is your grandma. Yeah. That's like in the club, right? Yeah. And then like one of the slides on that carousel is just like this audio file, 2 or 3 of them.
Did you know it's a piece of gold stuck in your head? I said
and then I remember just crying, dude. Yeah. I was laying on my carpet because I have nice ass carpet.
You do. This is a nice carpet.
You could have it. I was laying on my carpet and I was just like, I was feeling it all, dude. And like, you could feel the catharsis that track had, and and this is where I think that like you are a fucking superhero by being a recording artist and being able to perform is because like you don't know if someone that went through something similar that had a role model in their life similarly to who your grandma was to you, if they're going through something similar and they hear something like that and then they are able to have a good cry that made them a better person that day, that made someone else a better person that day for the rest of their fucking lives.
Yeah. So that post that you're talking about, I made that the day my grandma passed away. Like I literally made it that day. I made it that day. I was at my grandpa's and like I watched her, you know, like pass. Sorry, it's about to be so sad.
No, dude.
I watched, you know, I was the only one that stayed up, you know, with her. Like everybody else, like they thought she was gonna live probably like five more days than she did. So everybody else was like either sleep or like went back. Like my mom, my dad, my sister went back to the house. So like I like watched her pass. And I went home, just pulled out my keyboard. I'm not even good at playing. And just sung and cried and made that song. And I posted it on Instagram. And I kept it up for probably like 3-4 months. And I took it down. And somebody DM'd me, just asked me about the song. I was just like, man, that song like means a lot to me. Can you? Because it only lives on Instagram. They were just like, it means like a lot to me. Can you like put that post back up? Yeah, dude. So I put it back up.
Dude, it's important. Yeah, stuff like that is important. I know it's deeply personal, and thank you for sharing, man. I know it's you know, for some people it's not easy to talk about these things, but not only are you talking about it, but you have chords and layers of sounds that kind of represents what you were going through in that moment. And like it's, you know, I just recently lost someone in my life. I'm sorry. My close ones have lost people in their lives as well. Yeah. Pretty recently. Life's fucking tough. But the beauty about these things is that shit's temporary. And when shit's temporary, like we try our best because you can't just be a piece of shit and you have all the time in the world to be a good person. Yeah. But like even in this time, well, the juxtaposition of that post is so odd to me, or so dope to me, because it shows that life is finite, but you created a piece of art that will live on forever longer than you. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. This is beautiful, dude. So thank you. Thank you for your art, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For telling me.
Thank you for thanking you. What do you think are some of the most important parts in this musical trajectory that you've experienced so far? Like the most important moments, maybe.
Most important moments? Making Days We Lost would probably be... Actually, no. Going to DC, number one. Would not... I don't think I would have the versatility that I have sonically if I didn't go to DC and become best friends with the 2 people that I became best friends with. And I don't even think I would have learned how to sing if I didn't become friends with one of them. Wow. Yeah. So that I think is number one, living in DC. I would say 2, working on Days We Lost, like learning how to put an album together because I didn't know how to put an album together. And I learned that from it's a man by the name of Wax Roof. It's in Oakland, California. Like, just to help me, like, figure out how to actually put a album together and not just like making like random songs and like being like, yo, like, have it sonically feel like, you know, they all come from the same world and you know, live on the same block.
That's a good way to put it.
I would say third would be going on tour with P. Tour was probably the most fun I've had with music, for sure.
Let's dive deeper into that. Why was it important, and what made it so fun?
It was my first tour, so that's why it was important. That was the thing that I've been wanting. Specifically, I remember when I was talking to Clea, like I was like when we put out Days We Lost, and I was so bummed we didn't go, like, because I don't remember who he took on tour in 2019, but he took somebody else on tour. Matter of fact, I think it was Lucky Day, or not Lucky Day. It was Lucky. O'Day. I know his real name. I'm messing up his artist name, but I know his real name. O'Day, that's my boy. I think he took him on tour, in probably Grand National or something in 2019, and I was so bummed because that's what I wanted. That's all I wanted to do that year was to go on tour with P, and I kept asking and bugging Clea about it. And then to finally be able to go on tour, and you know we were in a pandemic. Like I put out a project, I couldn't go on tour. Couldn't open for nobody. And that was the thing that I wanted to do most. So to be able to go on tour, in 2023 or maybe 2022, to go on my first tour, with the guy that I wanted to go on tour with when I dropped Days We Lost, my first project, meant a lot. And then performing in front of all those people, like,
wow, what's it feel like?
It was the first time I did. I think it was first time I did 1,000 cap room, it was sold out. First time I did 2,000, or it was like 2 or 2,500, room sold out. And like I never have performed in front of that many people before, or even if I did, I would never have performed in front of that many people that were like actually like there to see a show that I was actually a part of. And bro, people loved me. Like, wow, people loved me, man.
Wow, dude.
Like I was the little brother. I was the youngest person on the tour, and like so, like all the fans were just like, P has a very, very young fan base. Like he has a college fan base, so like they like ate me up, man.
Wow, dude,
it was so fun.
And what's cool to think about is that they get to experience you as a new artist, where they're introduced to you through P's album.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, who's this Michael Sneed?
They don't know when I go on stage, they don't know who I am. For all the shows that were outside of like Northern California, or except maybe LA, maybe there was like a few people in LA that knew who I was. But before, like when I would get on stage, they would not know who I am. Wow. And then people would bring me out to do the roof, and that's when they would connect it to like, oh.
Because they've been listening to it. Because they don't know what you look like.
They don't know what I look like. Yeah.
They see a name on the credits and that's it.
People thought that Michael Sneed was just P's alter ego.
Yeah. Some people were thinking like, oh shit, like he's starting to sing now, right?
They was like, oh, when he sings, he's Michael Sneed. So like,
that's crazy. That's a crazy origin story,
Yeah.
And with that, it's always cool to kind of impress people when there's no expectations too. You're like you're the secret character in the roster, and you just come out of nowhere. What does it feel like? Like, are you backstage and you kind of feel the audience, the rumble of the audience?
I would be peak, bro. I can't wait to go back on tour. My favorite thing to do when on tour, I don't do this like when I'm doing shows out here, but like when I'm on tour, my favorite thing to do is just like peek and see like who's in the crowd. That's my favorite thing to do.
Damn, dude, and you see a bunch of people.
Just a bunch of people, man.
I get that kind of feeling like when I'm watching movies. Like it's such a far off analogy, but I got to work on my analogies. But have you ever seen like Lord of the Rings or Braveheart, and you see the army of people kind of rise over the hill?
Yeah, it's like
and that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah,
that's how I feel like when I performed in front of like decently large crowds.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how you must have felt to perform in front of thousands of people, bro.
It was crazy. Man, we did the Warfield, man. That was it was so crazy. Whew. And like people, it's in SF, so people was there for me too. Yeah. It wasn't like when we were in Denver, nobody cared about me. But like we was in SF, so it was like a lot of people there for me as well. Yeah,
they knew you were gonna be there.
Knowing the songs, knowing the lyrics to the songs. So man, like to be able to perform a song like It's a Miracle. And see somebody in the front know the words, like probably at the time at least the most important song to me.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like couldn't ask for anything more.
Beautiful way to end that project, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a miracle. And it must be such a dope feeling to know that people know the song, but not only that, but know the lyrics to your song, to something that you've created.
Especially that song.
Yeah, dude.
Like that song is completely for me. It's not for anybody else. It's for me and my family. Like
Look at that.
It's not for anybody else. It's literally for me, and my cousins, and my aunts, and my dad. That's it.
And what's cool about that though is that they can translate that into their own lives too. You know, it's life changing like that. And it's the fact that we as humans and as creatives are able to take an idea, put it on a piece of paper, take that idea that's on a piece of fucking paper, run it through some technology, and then make it this thing that thousands of people could hear is such a cool fucking feeling.
It's really cool.
Man, did you ever learn how to play instruments?
So when I was in 4th grade, maybe 5th grade, I had a trombone.
Okay.
I went to Carl Monk in Oakland, and I had a trombone, and I was really good at it. Actually, like I was like the best horn player in the class.
Dude, trombone's such a good pull. That's not many people.
And I did not want to play that. I wanted to play drums. And my dad I said, Dad, can you sign me up for drums? And he signed me up for trombone. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? But I was like the best. I was like the best in the class. And then I went to the Boys and Girls Club on High Street. And like, if anybody knows about the Boys and Girls Club in High Street, especially at that time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Shady folks, you know, coming in and out of Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
So they made me put my freaking trombone. They wouldn't let me carry it around the whole like building. They made me put it in the like they have like a little corner in the back, like almost like a fake closet where you were supposed to put your backpacks. They made me put it back there, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to put my trombone back there.
Yeah.
I knew something was gonna happen. So they're like, now you got to put it back there. And at the end of the day, I go to check my get my backpack, my trombone. The trombone's gone. And I was so afraid to tell I did not tell the teacher. I was so afraid. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. So I just didn't tell. I went the whole school year just skipping music class.
What?
Went the whole school year skipping music class until the very end. And they're like, bro, you have to turn in your trombone. And that's when I finally told them it got stolen.
And what did they say? They
were like, bro, like you should have told us that in the beginning. I think my mom probably had to pay a little bit. I hope she didn't, because that's terrible. If my mom had to pay, I'd owe her. You know, I gotta pay her back.
Dude, those brass instruments are kind of expensive.
They're expensive.
Man.
I was so scared. I remember being so terrified. I just stopped showing up to class.
But what can you do? Like, someone took it. They probably pawned it off. I can't imagine that some crackhead is just playing a trombone.
Nah, I don't think, because it was a kid. A kid took it. So I don't know if they honestly probably just took it home.
And then now they're the greatest trombone
probably
player.
Greatest trombone player ever, man.
And it's because of you, dude. Changing lives outside of music, outside of writing music.
Yeah.
You let some prodigy take your trombone. Yeah. Nah, that shit's expensive. I used to play the sousaphone, if you know what a sousaphone is.
I have no clue what that is.
It's a tuba, but the one that you wear so you could march with it.
Oh, yeah, man.
I used to rock one of those.
You were good?
I was okay. Quick origin story. I grew up fat, which is why my band director threw me on a sousaphone, because he was like, you're like the only person of this size.
Carry that.
Yeah. I was like, this is fucked up. I think I would have been good if I didn't have to like march and play, because I also have asthma. Being asthma and fat does not give you good breath support to be able to play the tuba.
Yeah.
So sure. I wasn't the best
really
because of that.
Any like horn or wind instrument having asthma probably sucks.
It sucks, dude. That breath control gets like destroyed. But I remember we were having marching practice, and I set that thing down real quick to get water. And we would march up in the parking lot behind our high school, and some dude with the truck, the principal's son actually, ran it over. $6,000.
You watched it? $6,000? Oh, no, my mom didn't. My mom definitely.
No, trombones are not that expensive.
At the most, if my mom paid anything, it was probably like $50.
What?
Bro, I can't see. If my mom had to pay anything over like a couple $100s, I would have got a whooping. Like
you
a
would have
crazy
heard
whooping.
about it.
I would have got a crazy whooping. Oh my god, nah. $6,000 is crazy,
dude. It was $6,000.
Y'all had to pay for that?
No, so I didn't pay for it. And since it was the principal's son,
Oh yeah.
The principal found a way to pay for it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't see it happen. I just heard people saying, "Christian,
Your trombone. I mean, your sousaphone.
your sousaphone is a pancake." I go there, that shit's flat, which makes me think that like homeboy when he hit it, just kept going.
Yeah. Probably.
You know,
Probably just yeah.
He's just like, it must be a bump in the road type of thing. We threw it a funeral and everything. But yeah, dude. I don't want to keep you too long because we got to get you out of here for a recording session. I do want to shout out your affinity for Disney Channel movies. I know that you and your homeboys would like rank the best Disney Channel movies.
For sure.
What's the best one?
The best is hard for me to say. I can give you my top 5.
Okay, top 5.
Yes, not including Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan.
Nice.
Top 5 is actually hard because I just thought about one that I have to include because the only reason why I started watching Peter Pan is because my grandma made me watch Peter Pan because I was putting this movie on too much and it's a depressing movie and I don't know why as like a 3-year-old or 2-year-old.
It's so sad.
No, not Peter Pan.
Oh,
Fox and the Hound.
That's my favorite.
I used to watch. My grandma said I used to like just be like, "Grandma, put on Fox and the Hound." She used to sit there and watch me just watch this depressing movie, and I would just get so much joy from it. I don't know why. So and that's when she started like putting on Peter Pan. I'm like, you need to watch this. So I'm gonna say Peter Pan, Fox and the Hound, Mulan, Lion King, Tarzan. Oh, nah, Little Mermaid. I'll go Little Mermaid. Honorable mention Tarzan.
Yeah, that's a good one. Little Mermaid is one of my tops just because of look at this stuff.
Yeah, part of your
isn't
world.
it neat?
That's why this is just a good song.
It's a beautiful that part where it goes like reprimanded daughter. That part is the best part because that's where the most tension in the fucking chord is, right? Fox and the Hound, great pull.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. That wasn't in my because I thought I'm not gonna lie, I think about this all the time. It wasn't in my list yesterday. I was literally just thinking about this yesterday. Fox and the Hound was not in my list yesterday. It was my list yesterday was Peter Pan, Mulan, Little Mermaid, Tarzan, Peter Pan, Little Mermaid, Mulan, Tarzan. Maybe it was Hercules. Oh, Lion King.
Yeah.
And then honorable mention Hercules.
Nice. Oh, dude,
that was my top 5. Yeah, that was my top 5 yesterday.
Oh, good.
But I just thought about. I was like, man, I gotta put Fox and the Hound in there, bro. I grew up on it.
You have to, dude.
Yes.
That song of them being best friends.
Yeah.
Is heart wrenching. Him getting dropped off in the woods. Spoiler alert.
So sad.
So sad, dude. Yeah, dude. I wish we had more time to talk about some Disney movies because, like, man, Meg from Hercules, one of my fattest cartoon crushes.
What? Talk about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no homegirl should be looking like that in a TVG movie, you know? Man, and that like silk dress and that long hair, and also she was kind of scary, and so that thing kind of got me like. Now I like bad girls, you know,
because of Meg,
because of Meg, Megara. Dude. Yeah, Megara, and the way she sings. How's it go? Yep.
I'm in love. No way, I won't say I'm in love. You talking about that song?
It's so good. Yeah, that song.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Disney movies, I can talk about them all day. Aladdin.
The soundtracks.
Man, the soundtrack for Aladdin is so good. The soundtrack for Hercules is so good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a underrated soundtrack, which I didn't get into this movie as a kid. But the soundtrack for Hunchback Notre Dame is actually really, really good.
Really good, dude.
It's actually really, really good.
Do you remember when that boy group All For One did a cover of what's that song? Name the sad or like the hopeful song from Hunchback.
The Gypsy song?
It might be that. I don't know. There's it's beyond me, but like that was a good one from Hunchback Notre Dame. You say Notre Dame, Notre Dame.
I say Notre Dame.
I don't even know what you said. Notre Dame or
I don't know what's the correct way to say it now.
I just say it fast, you know. Hopefully, no one says.
I feel self-conscious now because I don't know what the correct way to say it is.
I've heard it both ways.
What's the correct way to say it?
I've always said I don't know what the correct way. The way that I said it growing up was Notre Dame. And then some people. I guess the school is Notre Dame, huh? That's why I'm getting confused, dude. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I say Notre Dame.
Okay, I say whatever the people around me are saying in the moment.
Whatever's the right way is the way I say it.
Yeah, that's the way I do
Whatever
it.
will give me the least laughs is the way that I'll say it.
Oh shit, dude. What's another sleeper movie? Pocahontas, kind of a sleeper movie.
Pocahontas is good.
I don't agree with all the ethics in that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, Peter Pan is, man, I just said Peter Pan was my favorite movie, and Peter Pan has some shady stuff in there too.
A lot of Disney movies have, I mean, I guess it was the time.
It was the time. I'm trying to think of a sleeper Disney movie. Like, what's a sleeper good one? Mm-hmm. Treasure. I mean, it doesn't have music in it really, but Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet's a good one,
It's a good movie.
The animation was good. I think that fantasy aspect to it and just being kind of like this galaxy pirate type thing was fucking dope.
It was like a futuristic like Sinbad or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Anastasia?
Anastasia's really good.
And the soundtrack was really good.
You know, it's also really good, which I don't know how much of a sleeper this is, but I don't feel like people would talk about it enough. Lion King 2 soundtrack is
I haven't
crazy.
listened to the Lion King 2 soundtrack.
What?
That's a... I didn't realize I was sleeping on that.
Bro, the best song from Lion King is on Lion King 2.
Really?
The best song from Lion King.
Better than Circle of Life?
He Lives in You is the best song that Lion King's produced.
Really?
It's on Lion King 2. It's the best song that's produced. I promise God.
Yo, and wait. I did some research. Is one of like your dream collabs still with the choir of Lion King?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
What? If that guy, bro, what? If I can get that, man,
then you're good.
I don't need to do anything anymore.
That's your go-to,
bro. If I can get the choir from Lion King, if I get Label M, I don't even know if Label M's definitely still alive. He was just at the Hans Zimmer tour.
Wow.
If I get him, I don't need to do what I need from anybody.
Yeah, your life is complete.
Yeah.
At that point. Shit, dude. Oh, you should probably... I know you wanted to do some voice acting. You should definitely go in that direction.
I do want to do voice acting. People, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think about doing voice acting until people started telling me I should start doing voice acting. And I was like, yeah, I should probably actually do that. That would be fun.
Yeah, dude. Because that's a common thread. Voice actors and like singers. Like, because it's basically... You're just songbirds, right? Or you're just like you're
using the same muscles.
Yeah.
All diaphragm.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think you should definitely get into it. What type of character do you think you'd play?
Probably somebody high pitched. For being honest,
I can't imagine you being Darth Vader, bro.
Yeah, nah. They would probably have me be somebody. I don't know. Probably a little kid in the anime or something.
Mm-hmm. That should be a side quest of yours, man. It definitely should be.
No, I'm gonna do voice acting. Probably when I'm in like my 30s or like late 30s, I'll probably do voice acting.
Okay, you'll transition into that.
Yeah, I'll just if the music don't crack off, I'll just be like, I'm about to just go do some.
Well, I think the music's already cracking off and it's gonna crack off, so you might have to put voice acting a bit further down the line.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, and I don't know how much time you've been having to work on that musical you said you're working on.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that?
It's up to you. I mean,
what time is it?
7:54. You got to bounce.
Oh yeah. Well, let's do like 15 more minutes.
Okay, 15 more minutes. All right, let's do
it. So I am working on a musical. I'm working on 2 musicals. They probably will not ever. They're not ever, but they probably won't be done for a long time. But one of them I think is going to be an amalgamation of songs that I've released over the years, and there's songs that I'm working on now that'll probably come out that'll be a part of this musical, and this won't be the title of it, but the title, I can't think of the right word right now, but the title right now, that I have for it, is Holidays in the Town.
Placeholder, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it's like a placeholder. I mean, no, there's actually a literal word for it, but I can't think of it. But yeah. Holidays in the Town. It's gonna be about a kid from Oakland getting into all types of trouble, and having to deal like with like his mom like wanting to send him off to like a boarding like a Christian boarding school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's the first one you're working on.
That's what will be my like musical.
Okay.
That's why I want to do that. And that probably won't be like the first musical that I put out, but like that's what I'm working on now. There's another musical that I'm working on with 2 of my friends. It hasn't like we just talk about it all the time. I've made 2 songs for it. Nothing else has really been done. I'll tell you off camera what it's about. But if we actually did it, it would be the biggest thing ever.
Wow.
It would be the biggest. I like truly believe that it would be like Hamilton.
Whoa, to that extent.
I think it's so I didn't come up with the idea. I'm just gonna be the guy. If we do it, I'll probably end up just being the guy that's like does the music. I'll be like the Steven Schwartz. But it's such a brilliant idea, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's so clever.
Dude,
so
you're
funny.
just blue balling everybody.
My bad, but I'm just so excited about it. I'm saying this too because I hope my friends. I'm gonna send this episode to both of them.
Yeah.
And be like, so they can watch it and know that they're on notice. Like we gotta actually do that. It's a really good idea. Yeah.
Well, I hope that it comes to fruition sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because it'd be dope, dude, to like hear. I don't know what a crazy story arc you got. Let's say like you go on another tour with P, and then someone discovers you through that. They go through discography, and then years later they're just like, "Oh, homeboy also makes musicals." Like that would be kind of crazy.
Or they see the musical and then go, "Wait, homeboy raps?
Homeboy raps
Like,
too?"
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like whatever kind of just like grabs their attention and brings them to like your art, right?
Yeah. I think for me, in my mind, like musicals is like the end game. Like maybe I mean, I know there's no telling how how life works. Like there probably be a time where I'm doing them both at the same time. But for like me, it's like I'm doing musicals. That's when it's like I've had like kind of figured out a bit.
Yeah.
I'm settling down a bit of like, just making music for me. And if the music's not for me, it's for this musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, for me, like that's like the true, like, not, I don't want to say true goal, but like that's like the big vision.
Yeah, yeah. And that makes sense to like kind of go back to like one of your first loves, one of your first passions.
One of the things, I mean, it was rap and Wicked. It was Kanye West concert, or it was an Usher Let It Burn concert. I seen Kanye West and seeing Wicked. That's the reason why I'm doing
Your first concert was Usher?
Oh, no, that was not my first concert.
Oh.
It was my first time seeing rap.
Oh, I see.
My mom, I've seen Destiny's Child probably when I was like 2. My mom took me to see Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
And they say, I don't believe this is true because I would have been like 1 if this was like, if this actually happened. But they said I went to see the Spice Girls with them. I'm like, bro, I would have been like 1 year, I would have like 1 years old if that was like, if that.
Can you bring a baby into an arena like that?
You can, but I'm like, for me, for the timeline to make sense, maybe it was late. When did Spice Girls come out?
Fuck, late 90s probably?
Was it like 99? That's the only way it would make sense.
I would think so. I mean, I'm thinking about their fashion. Like, it's definitely like Y2K type thing, right?
Yeah. If it was like a concert in 99, I can make, but like I don't remember it. I feel like, I just don't.
I mean, there's no way you're gonna remember anything at 1. Your frontal lobe is...
No, but I'm saying like if it was 99, I think I would have been old enough to remember. And I think it would have been old enough for it to make sense for you to get a ticket for me to. What do you have to pay for a toddler in a concert?
I don't think so. I mean, 1 year old.
Well, let's say I was like 2 or 3.
I don't think so. I feel like 2 or 3 is like kind of the. I mean, it's like buffet rules, right? You pay for a toddler at a buffet.
Yeah, that's well.
I don't know. Buffets and concerts are different.
But yeah, I'm thinking like in my mind, Spice Girls came out like they was out in like 97. That was in my mind. So I'm like, I had to be like 1, probably.
That was your first concert.
Yeah,
tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Like they're probably like 97, 98. I was like barely like existing.
Yeah,
but like 99 will make sense.
Yeah, and then. But I mean, to get back to what it was, your passions then evolved. First time you heard rap was Usher. First favorite hip hop artist was probably Kanye, right?
Yeah, for sure.
First College Dropout.
Kanye and Wayne was the first.
Okay, and Wayne. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Those are 2 good ones to start off with.
I seen Kanye at the Usher Let It Burn tour, and he brought out Keisha Cole.
Wow,
it was crazy.
What a way to start off,
bro! I said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing." It was at the Oracle Arena in Oakland. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this."
Wow, that's dope.
And I just seen it was I seen my mom took me, and then my sisters went, and my sisters were sitting in different seats than us, which now I think about is kind of crazy because they had to have only been like 12 or 13. Because I was probably like 7. But yeah, I went with my mom, and I just seen all like the women going crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm
gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that for sure. I said 5 show.
I don't know if I thought that with my one of my first concerts was an Usher concert with the homeboy because his date bailed on him. But like, I don't know if I was looking at like Usher pulled up like a volunteer from the audience. I don't know if he did that when you saw.
He did that. He did that.
And he just basically like dry humps the girl on stage type thing.
I probably didn't see it that way as a kid, but he probably did that too.
Like, oh, they're wrestling.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, I don't know what I thought, but he definitely brought a girl up because I remember it was during Bad Girl.
Yeah,
and embarrassingly enough, I shouldn't even tell this story. I was telling Usher to come get my mom.
No, you were yelling that as a kid.
I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah,
I didn't
like she's gonna get to sing with Usher.
I was just like, yeah, she gets to go on stage for sure. Get my mom. She can sing.
No,
mom
dude,
can't even sing.
Usher pulls up like a love seat onto the middle of the stage and just like lays the girl.
Wait, what
down.
tour was this?
This was I went in 2009, so this was way later on.
Okay.
But I could imagine during like Let It Burn, like he still was.
No, you talking about the tour? Yeah, he was probably. It was during Bad Girl.
Oh, during Bad Girl. So
yeah, it was during the Bad Girl song. It was the Let It Burn tour. It was the Usher Let It Burn tour. Mm-hmm. And I only know it's called the Let It Burn tour because on late registration kind of says at the Let It Burn tour cost some cost something on the Usher tour. I had to let it burn.
Ooh, what track was that on
Gone.
Oh, on Gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's how you remember it. Interesting way to
that's the
kind of
only
store
reason
that
why
in your
I know
memory bank.
that's the only reason why I know it was called specifically the Usher Let It Burn tour. It's because Kanye says on late registration, it cost something on the Usher tour. I had to let it burn.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it was the Let It Burn tour.
Damn, dude. I could talk about Kanye for a while too.
Me too.
I mean, like Kanye, I think, well, interesting. He has an interesting story arc right now. But I mean, I got to see Kanye live once, and he had just dropped Yeezus, and he performed at Outside Lands.
I saw Yeezus, yeah.
Oh, you did?
I saw Yeezus in DC.
Fucking
bro, I cried.
Blood on the Leaves.
I cried.
Did he end with Blood on the Leaves?
He ended it with Bound, and I cried.
Ooh, oh, Bound's a good one to end it on.
He ended it with Bound. All my friends was they all took brownies. I don't smoke or anything like that. Mm-hmm. They all had brownies, so like they was all emotional too, and I'm the only one sober, and I was in there crying.
Yeah.
It was like that was
what a great sample usage in that is incredible. The music video's dope.
Yeah.
That I'm a fan of Dark Fantasy. I'm like
I love Dark Fantasy.
I think
What's your top 3?
Kanye songs, albums. I mean, College Dropout for sure is there. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of. I think from the sentiment, I'm a big fan of Yeezus, like, and I'm badly.
Were you in high school when Yeezus dropped?
No, I just graduated high school, so like I think that was 2013, 2014
yeah, it
type
was
thing.
2013. I was in high school when it dropped.
Okay, yeah, that's a good time for it to drop. Everyone's slapping Yeezus at school.
Yeah.
What do you call it? And then it's between Twisted Dark Fantasy or. I don't know. It's not an album. It's like, well, Ye. There was like his six song.
Ye's really
project.
good. Yeah, the 7 song. Ye's really good.
Ye's really good.
It's underrated.
It is definitely underrated, and I think that was a good time for music because right after that he started dropping like.
Yeah, he did the Pusha joint, the Tiana joint.
Yeah. And the fucking
the
Kid
Kissy
Cudi.
Ghost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time for Kanye.
So your top 3 is Yeezus,
Ye, and College Dropout.
Ye, and College Dropout. That's a good top 3.
Thank you.
Yeah,
how about yours?
Mine is probably. Mine changes a lot. But right now I'm going to say.
You like purred.
This is hard to do. I'm going to do 4.
All right.
Because 3 is very hard. Graduation. Pablo.
Pablo, dude.
That's the most. Pablo is probably. But Dropout, Graduation, Pablo, Fantasy. Mm-hmm. Pablo is probably the most important. Pablo and Dropout are probably the most important to my sound. Fantasy and Graduation are what I aspire to be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what I actually am, like from Kanye, is probably Dropout. It's like the middle ground of Dropout and Pablo.
Interesting. Those are good too for you to be the conception of. You know.
Yeah.
That's Fuck, Pablo. I forgot about Pablo, dude.
That album's phenomenal.
I made this stupid. I gotta show you. I made this stupid ass thing where I like made my own Pablo cover, where it's that orange cover art, and it's old pics of me, but it just says ICB2B podcast.
That's fire.
And then I re-recorded. I missed the old Kanye.
Yeah.
But I missed the old Christian. And then it was about me missing fat Christian.
That's fire.
Dude, and I posted it, and people were like, "This is dope, dude. I gotta show you after this, dude." But it was like probably the funniest shit that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Man, Pablo's that's a sneaky one. I think one of my favorite tracks ever is not even from my top 3, but it's "Lost in the World."
Oh, that's one of my. That's on Fantasy.
Yeah,
That's probably the most important Kanye song.
it is
For me, that and
so good.
I think the most important Kanye songs for me as a youth and as a kid were Family Business, I Wonder, Lost in the World. 2 of those are outros. So that just tells you what type of human being I am, that my favorite songs be outros.
Dude, outros are important though.
They're the
People
most
be
important.
sleeping on outros, dude.
Outro, to me, the outro has to be the best song.
It has to be. Like, this is the last thing you remember. It's like
I remember, yeah.
it's like when you meet a group of people, the person whose name you're gonna remember the most is the first person and the last person.
The last person.
So an outro and intro are very fucking important, dude. Dude, this has been a great conversation.
Yeah, man.
If we didn't have a time cap, maybe the next time if we make it happen, dude.
We'll do it again. When we drop the project, I'll make sure to come back.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're welcome back whenever. You're about to see Seiji. Seiji will tell you that we do a improv scene at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
But since we got to get you out of here, we'll just save it for next time.
What's the improv scene?
The improv. So I have a background in comedy improv.
Yeah.
We could make the improv scene based off of anything and everything that we talked about in today's episode. We do it, and that's how I end the episode.
Yeah, how long? Let's do it.
We do it real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, this is dope.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, do we have to get up?
No. We're not gonna be acting it out. Like, we'll just be sitting down. It'll
Dang,
be like
everybody about to see how bad of an actor I am. You be talking about musical theater? You suck as an actor. You suck.
All right. Without further ado, it can't be that bad. And then I put some applause in post. So,
it's really improv.
let me put this out. I'm embarrassed. You want to make a musical?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me about this musical.
So there's a sponge,
Okay.
and he lives in a fruit.
Okay. What kind of fruit? This is sounds pretty genius. Okay. What's the demographic we're aiming for?
30-year-olds.
30-year-olds. Okay. So this is an Adult Swim type of musical.
No.
Okay, but still for
30-year-olds.
All right. What's the name of the sponge?
Bob.
Okay. Bob the Sponge. Great tone. I could already picture the chorus of the song. Who lives in what kind of fruit?
Apple.
Who lives in an apple? Were you under the sea or is he on land?
He's under the sea. How did you know?
I'm just sea sponge, right? That's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
I
but
think,
you said some. I don't know if apple has enough syllables.
Ooh.
Should we add a word
to apple?
Yeah.
Who lives in what kind of apples are there?
Fiji apple or Fuji apple?
Who lives in the Fuji apple under the sea?
That doesn't work.
No. Fuck it. I gotta light another cigarette. God fucking damn it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We're on to something good. Okay. Well, let's not get caught into the details. Does he have friends or something like that?
He has a friend. He's friends with the squid.
Okay. What's the squid's name?
Word.
The squid's name is Word.
Yes.
Word the squid.
Yes.
You know what? It's almost like Edward. That's what I'm thinking.
His name could be Edward.
His name, Edward the Squid. So good. All right. Edward and the Squid and Bob the Sponge. They have a friend. Do they have other friends? Do they have arch nemesis?
They're friends with a star.
Like in what kind of sense? Like we're talking like a Britney, Christina Aguilera kind of star?
No, a literal star that fell out the sky.
Oh, a constellation type star.
Yeah, he lives under the water though.
The star's under. Okay. Sneed? Is it Sneed?
Yeah.
Sneed. We got to talk about. I mean, this is for 30-year-old men. Some 30-year-old men they live to do sciences. They're gonna know that stars are fallen suns, burning up and drying the sea.
They won't worry about that.
Fuck it, I'm in. What's the name of the star?
Patty.
Patty the Star, boy or
Yes.
girl? That's a unisex type name.
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Very progressive.
Thank you.
Very progressive. All right. Patty the Star, Edward the Squid, and Bob the Sponge.
Yes.
All right. What's the town that they live in?
They live on a man's bottom.
On a man's bottom. Wait. Is this man, he drowned and he is decomposing underneath the sea?
Yes.
All right. They're
And he's wearing a bikini.
very dark. Very progressive.
And that's why it works.
That's why it works. All right. Now sing let's write the chorus of this song. What do you think it's going to sound like?
Who lives in a pineapple under this?
Pineapple. We got a fuck the Fuji apple, a pineapple under the sea.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Bob the Sponge.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. All right, but there's not enough syllables. Maybe we could talk about his looks.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Bob the Sponge, round shorts.
No, he's a sponge. Why would he be wearing round shorts?
Right. Bob the Sponge, square shorts.
Not bad.
Who lives in the pineapple under the sea? Bob the Sponge, square shorts.
I like it.
I like it. I'm in it. I'm into it. Cut to Michael Sneed's Emmy acceptance Tony
Yes.
acceptance of one of the greatest musicals to have come to fruition, and for co-creator, soundtrack writer, and star of the best musical out there,
Of all time.
Bob the Sponge, square shorts. We have Michael Sneed.
Oh my God. He's a man. Wow, he's so handsome. That's a cute guy.
What a jawline!
Yeah. Thanks.
Look at that hairline. It's like a thumbnail. Yeah.
Wow. I would definitely let him marry my daughter. Thank you. You know, a lot of people would tell me, you know, as a black man from Oakland, California, why you want to do musicals? Just rap. Just sing. And I took that to heart, man. I took that to heart. And, you know, I be acting wild. I be acting crazy sometimes. And it's because I have so many people tell me what I can't be and who I am. And, you know, we up here against Hamilton 5 and Lion King 6 and The World Without a Wise Man and The Girl Who Sung the Last Note of the Last Song of the Last Word. And everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Whoa! Congratulations, Michael Sneed, for your award acceptance and scene, dude. What an incredible monologue.
Thanks, man.
To have come up with fictitious... Dude, Hamilton 5, The Return of Hamilton, is a crazy sequel. Michael Sneed, thank you for coming through, brother.
Thank you, man.
Before we get out of here, look into the barrel of the camera and leave my listeners, leave the baddies with the phrase of saying a piece of advice that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Ooh. Man, I was gonna say something dark. You know, with everything that's going on in the world today, like, you know, with the upcoming war and the, you know, that we're probably about to get involved in, and having, like, you know, our brothers and sisters, you know, sent back, to their respective lands. I think it's very easy to look at right now and be like, you know, these are the worst times that we've lived through. But when you really think about it, nothing really has changed that much. We've had, you know, immigrants get kicked out the country. There's been war in the Middle East since the beginning of time. We've been colonized ourselves. And this land has been colonized itself. And we've always found a way to keep the hope and keep the dream and keep the light alive. And though we've never, like, completely I guess, made the complete change to make the better world, we're still here and we're still kicking and we're still fighting. And the things that we're facing today in the world are things that we haven't faced before. And if our OGs and our ancestors were able to, make it through and make something out of it, make something great out of it, I think that we can too. And we can, look to the past and learn from the mistakes and do it better than they did. So hopefully that our kids and their kids won't have to exist in a repeated cycle. We can end the cycle. Today and now. So that's why it can't be that bad, because we've been here before.
It's beautiful. Thanks for coming through, man. Until next time, when the project drops, just come through and we'll talk about the project and we'll shoot the shit like we just did.
I want to play you some of it too.
Please, yeah, dude, I would love that. And until next time, baddies, listeners, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Peace, love, and bye.
Peace.